Sandy arrived in Wellesley shortly after 11 a.m. Monday morning and promptly made her mark on the town. Much like Hurricane Irene in 2011, the majority of problems came from high winds knocking trees down. In turn, these trees took out power lines, utility poles, cars, and even houses. The Wellesley Police Department was fully staffed with approximately 20 officers and supervisors responding to calls for service during the storm. A vast majority of these calls were for live electrical wires and telephone poles that came down. Washington Street was closed for a long period of time between Wellesley College and the Natick line due to a tree coming down on wires. Route 9 West was also shut down between Westgate and Martin when a tree took out power lines and landed on the highway. Benvenue Street was particularly hard hit during the storm. A tree took down one set of wires and one telephone pole near Lathrop Road. Sergeant Scott Shosted responded to the scene and then watched as two more poles came down on the street. Live wires then started a fire in the middle of Benvenue Street. A similar situation occurred on Wellesley Ave near Babson College when a pole came down and live wires began burning in the street again. Just down the road at Forest Street and Wellesley Ave, a large tree closed the road for hours near the country club. Numerous other trees in this area also came down, especially near Sawyer Park. A charged electrical wire was knocked down on Seaver Street behind the new high school. This wire started a spectacular fire that burned for almost 30 minutes before power could be shut down. The fire actually burned through the roadway due to the high heat, illustrating just how dangerous downed wires have the potential to be. Throughout the storm, Wellesley Police coordinated their response with the Wellesley Municipal Light Plant, working to shut down electricity to make things safe for the public as utilities poles were damaged. Wellesley police officers responded to approximately 168 calls for service between 11 a.m. Monday and 11 a.m. Tuesday. The normal call volume for this time period is approximately 60 calls. The Wellesley Police Dispatch Center answered hundreds of calls during this time frame and also passed on emergency calls for service to the DPW and WMLP. After Sandy moved out of town, the damage assessment and repair began. Wellesley police officers worked with DPW and the light plant to clear roads that were closed due to trees down and debris in the street. During the storm, there were no serious injuries in Wellesley, and WMLP had a vast majority of power restored by late Monday night.